Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. That's weird to say. I hope that you're all doing well. My name is Lydia if you're new here. So today you're joining me at one of my favourite spots in terms of forest, and that is Bourne Woods, just on like the outskirts or within Lincolnshire. And it's a lot cooler than I thought it would be. There's quite a lot of cloud cover, but also the canopy is just green everywhere. It's really nice here. I've always been coming here since I was young. I enjoy the walks, and the wildlife here I've had recently has also been just as amazing. If any of you have listened to my podcast, Lens from the Fens, you know that I came here on one of those walk, talk and shoot episodes, and it was there while I was sort of walking and talking that I came across, I believe, a doe fallow and a fawn, which was an amazing experience, and I got pictures of the fallow. So yeah, I come here for all sorts of reasons, just to have a bit of a break in amongst the trees, see the wildlife, all the birds and the deer when they're around. And when the sun actually comes out, it's actually really nice. You can probably see it now. But the foliage, it sort of breaks up the intensity. So if I do come across anything, then I won't have a really harsh light as I would do somewhere out, like somewhere in the marsh or where there's no tree cover. So yeah, I've just walked through. There's a few people here, but not too many. I'm going to try and stay off like the well-trodden path and go a little bit further into the forest where there's more likely to be more birds and less people. But yeah, I've had some really nice experiences here. I've had nice encounters with jays the last year. I've also just been told a lady just walked by and she mentioned that there's actually young owlets like further down into the forest. You can't see them, I don't think, but they are persistently squawking for food. So I'll head in that way, but as you saw in the first clip, there's obviously a lot of squirrels around. One just sort of ran out in front, and then behind me in front of the camera. So they're all either foraging for food that they've already stashed, or they're actually starting to cache food ready in the lead up for autumn and winter. So yeah, I'm going to venture a bit further in and we'll see what we find today. So one thing that I always do when I am anywhere, whether I'm in my garden at home or at my place of work or travelling to different locations like today, I always take a notebook which was put together. This is actually one of the Ladybird book covers. I'll just show you that. It's made by a lovely local lady, and it basically contains all the birds that I've sighted in those areas since the start of this year. So is it either places at work or in my garden or just anywhere where I can see birds pretty much. I do put mammals as well, but a lot of the time it is the birds that I often see. So while I'm just taking a break from walking around, I'm going to see if anything else comes out. But I'm just going to write down the birds I've already seen. I don't often write down the ones I've heard because I'm one for the visual side rather than hearing, and I don't know too many bird calls. So I often just write down what I've seen, and unless it's something quite significant, whether it's a rare bird that I hear calling. So yeah, I'm just going to write these down now and then I'll venture off somewhere else. I know I've only done a couple of videos so far, but I'm really starting to enjoy like the creative side. Something's moving. Might just been a squirrel. But yeah, I'm really enjoying like the creative process, where I'm getting a bit more creative with recording the landscape around me rather than, you know, doing little snippets of me walking to and from a place. And that's something that I missed out in my podcast, because I was describing it, but it's only until you actually view it that you sort of get the majesty of nature around you. But I'm just heading into, I'm still on the path, I can see the path behind me, but I'm hoping there's not too many people here, so I'm going to venture in and then see what we can find in there. I've heard quite a few birds already, and there has been some signs of like deer prints along the way, so I'm going to head a bit further in and see what we can see. Oh, just as I record, the sun goes in, but I was just going to say I can't get over how magical it looks today. Like all the trees in the background all like winding and twisting, and then when the sun comes out it just looks magical. Oh, there's a little bit of sun now, but it just makes everything look so lush and green. It's really magical today. Hearing all the bird song as well. So I've come a bit further in the forest now, and I can hear an awful lot of tits, long-tailed tits, great tits, crawling behind me, and I found this quite bare-looking tree. So I'm thinking if the birds were curious enough to come out and have a look at me, I'll then be able to get some nice clear pictures, because obviously all the foliage would sort of impede on focusing on the bird itself. So I'm going to wait here for a little bit. My battery's running low on my camera, so I might have to revert to my phone in a bit. But yeah, I'm going to stay here for a bit, see if they're curious enough to come out from the foliage onto the sort of plain branches, and see what I can get. I think I found my first willow warbler. I've been here for about 15 minutes, and it's been constantly flitting in front of me with like food in its mouth, so it might have a nest nearby. I'll confirm it later on, but I'm pretty sure it's a willow warbler, so I'm going to try and get some more pictures of it a bit more out in the open. But yeah, it just seems really happy, just looking around for food and not really bothered by me, so I've made it back. I've sort of done a big loop around the woods, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I just confirmed it through one of my bird call apps that it was a willow warbler, so I'm really happy about that. I don't often plan, I've probably said this before, but I really don't plan very well. I often just go to a place and see what happens. And sometimes it comes up really lucky. Like the past few episodes I've done, I've seen things that for the first time, like the cuckoo. I haven't managed to get a picture ever. And the first time I did for a video. And I was seeing a willow warbler for the first time, and it's just really surreal at the minute. But my camera battery's really low, so I'm going to end it off here. I hope there's enough content this time. And just thank you all again for watching, for subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. You can comment on anything below. And I've also asked in my last video if you wanted to send any questions regarding either my wildlife photography work or anything about myself. I've got a couple of questions already, but if you want to send any more in, then put it down in the comment section below. And yeah, the next thing you'll see is some images taken from my trip around Bourne Woods. So thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.